Hello and welcome to another episode of The Chaotic Minds. I am your host, Devontae Ewing, aka DJ Thunderbase, and I am joined here with my co-hosts.
Hello, guys, girls, and squirrels. My name is Henry David Montney Jr. I'm also known as Mayhem Hearts Mace. Hey, how you guys doing? And for our other two.
Greetings and salutations, everybody. It's yours truly, Lion72. It's been a while, and I'm here on tonight's show's podcast with these wonderful gentlemen as a guest, hoping to give you guys some good information, spread the word, and hoping to have a wonderful night with y'all. I'm excited. Let's rock.
Hello, this is Dark Trooper coming from you live from my couch in this undisclosed location.
I knew it.
Get out from under there.
And we've got a good packed show for you guys tonight. So, without any further ado, let's get things started off with our weather.
All right, so let's check out this weather right here for DJ Thunderbase. So what do we got here?
The weather. Oh, no.
What happened? DJ Thunderbase, we cannot hear you. We can only see you.
Check, can you hear me now?
Yes, we can.
Okay, weird.
That was strange.
We went through the sound check, too.
So, we seem to be having a very decent day today going into this evening. We're going to be seeing some clear skies with some patchy clouds here and there. Going into the week, we have our week seems to be looking pretty much the same as tonight's going to be. A nice clear week going in, looking to have a high of 84 on Friday.
Woo! And
it's going to cool off a bit during the weekend with temperatures only in the low to mid 60s. It's all going to be clear with some patchy clouds, though. But
I'll take it.
How is the weather looking like over on your guys' side of the neighborhood?
It's gonna rain.
It's gonna
My
rain.
side,
Yeah, it's getting ready to storm over here. It's like sprinkling right now, getting ready for an actual, heavy storm.
It was warm today, too.
It was warm and humid.
really good.
It got to 80.
It's going to go down
81.
to 60s.
Yep. The 60s are fine. I can handle the 60s and 50s. It's when it gets under the 30s when my body and my bones say, hey, remember all those times you got smashed, crushed, or hit by someone 2 or 3 times your size? Yeah. Now you have to remind that and remember it for the rest of your life. Ow!
And on the West Coast, it's going to be pretty much the same. Warm, rainy. It's going to drop down to the late 50s for a couple of this weekend, but then it's going to jump back up to the 60s in Grand Haven.
That's good.
And the
Grand
mid
Haven
area.
town. I've gone there.
Downriver is a little colder.
Yeah.
And then,
Well, that's
depending
because
on where.
they're getting the breeze off of Chicago, so
Yep.
they get
Yeah,
they
always
don't
get that lake effect weather no matter what.
But the Upper Peninsula, oh boy, howdy! I always feel bad for them. They only get nice weather for maybe 2 months, maybe
Maybe, yeah.
3 if they're lucky. I've been
Yeah.
there quite a few times for my family, and whew, man, the winters there are how they used to be here in the 90s. Like I remember snow being up to your chest, and like for a kid, 3-4 feet's pretty high. And there was times where you couldn't go to work.
You're going to go to school. That's when we
Yeah.
have it. Woohoo!
Literally.
Yeah,
Going to school,
Those are blessings.
Those were the
But-
days. It was real.
But
school.
as for this weekend, it looks to be some really nice weather all over Michigan.
Oh, yeah.
It's going to be perfect weather for those lovely outdoor dates.
That's right. Get those barbecue
Even for a
grills going,
parade.
folks. It's going to be a good weekend.
All right. So I'm going to talk about relationship advice.
Oh my.
Today, we're actually going to talk a little bit about red flags and cheaters.
Oh.
So you have red flags, such as when it comes to certain things of drama, they start asking for money and such right off rip. When you first meet somebody, guy, girl, squirrel, doesn't matter. That's a red flag. If they're trying to move in the first like couple weeks to the first couple months,
Red
that's
flag.
a red flag. So just to let you know. There's a few other things. Pay attention to people's hygiene. That's another one right there to know if they for a red flag. Also, if you do meet, say, a special guy or a special girl, and you head to their place and see it's a tornado went through it with a cat and dog 3 or 4 times, that's definitely a red flag.
If the girl is if the woman in question, or if the person in question comes in and you have kids and they try to start dictating how you should run your kids, that's a big red flag.
Oh, another one is if they have numerous children with numerous lovers, guy or girl. Yeah. Not even just one flag, not 2, not a whole box. A whole box lit on fire with some fireworks.
That's a country of red flags right there.
It's a red
I think country of red flags right there.
That is a China-sized red flag. That's literally like you can hear the communist theme song coming down the line. That's how big of a red flag it is.
You're gonna have no money the second you date them. When you go on their first date and they have to go and take out 10 orders just for their kids to go, and that small little meal for themselves, and then a to-go order for themselves, and you're just getting the side.
Nope.
Yeah, they want you to pay for it all, and then they said you might hang out with them later, or maybe. It's all maybes and kind of sortas, and you're like, wait, did I just get played?
Yeah, you did.
That's a red flag.
It's also they also are also trying to baby trap you in the sense that they are, if you, in the eyes of the courts, if you start paying for anything for those kids, you will then get stuck with the bill. You basically in the eyes of the court, you just took over parental role
and guardianship. Yeah, so yeah, I agree with you. That's the scary part about that. I always, I would believe a DNA test is needed for someone that comes up to you that wants to have a child, or that is pregnant, they say, with you, and you've fooled around once and it was strangely rushly.
Also, make sure you know who you sleep with.
Yes, don't be just willy-nilly jumping around. That is another one right there, big one. Don't be playing hopscotch. It's not as fun as you think.
Do not be
jump around from person to person. You take it from people that are experienced. You don't want to be Deuce Bigalow, male gigolo. Yeah, and that's the comedic sense of it. You don't want to actually go there. It's high body counts is actually not a good thing. Yes, I understand
that. Down there, you don't want that as your first thought in the morning.
Yes, and then that's the thing as well. Males usually know that if they get something usually quick, it happens within the first couple hours or weeks, compared to a lady, because sometimes they can have something for 10 years, not know it. It's scary because sometimes your body works that way. And for males and females, those certain things work a certain way. Always good to get tested, always to know who you were with. Wear protection when you do. Don't just jump in willy-nilly. You're excited. And if someone you meet is right off rip wanting to play and mess around right off rip, that's a red flag.
Run.
Yeah, don't ever.
Also, with the protection thing, you are responsible for your own protection. Do not rely on, don't say, oh yeah, she has the condoms. Don't rely on her. Just because she says she's on the pill does not mean that she may or may not be. Or that pill
that's 100% right there.
You fail. Plan B, Plan C, Plan A, all fail. It has happened. And the baby still comes. And I'd be like, that is one hell of a strong ass baby.
I know. I'm a Trojan baby.
Plus, she said she if she's saying that she is already got the condom, you don't know what she's done to them things. She could have.
Right?
I've had
It reminds me
scenarios
of
in my life.
that one comedy where the guy just like the woman comes up to him and she's like, he's like a new football star in college. She's like, He puts water in it and it's just like a literal like a hole like a strainer after, and it's like, and it's
So-
like,
You heard it, folks. Remember, gentlemen, buy your own condoms. Don't let her buy them for you. You buy them yourself.
Yeah, that's the thing is I've had scenarios like that in my life where I've had girls tell me, "Oh, don't worry, this, and this." No, I always had spare just in case. I was always clean or checked about that stuff. I was very worried about that often. So, especially being a fighter in the ring, you had to be checked often because you're not allowed to have dirty blood. Dirty blood is a no-no in the ring. You can't fight MMA or pro wrestling or any of the in-betweens. And if you do street fighting, that's a different story. But when you're doing performing in general, you should always have a list of people that know they're clean. You can't be having one person that says, "By the way, I have this," after we already had a fight and involve you bleeding on that said person. And now you risk them having their whole life has to change because of this one instance because you decided to neglect information. Never neglect information when it comes to that kind of stuff, especially if you want to have a partner as well, because that's a red flag as well. Do not give somebody something deliberately, especially if you're trying to trap them and keep them. I myself have met some girls that tried that with me, and I'm so glad I have rules and say no often. So, or I would have been trapped in a very bad way and would have hated my whole life. I'm glad I have a good life now because I chose accordingly.
remember, ladies and gentlemen, no is a complete sentence.
Correct. Absolutely correct.
Yep, no means no, and that goes for the guys and the girls because I've had instances where both ladies and the gentlemen have approached me in ways and didn't take no for an answer.
That's when you punch them.
And with that, it's like perfect transition into talks about how to help prevent yourself from those situations.
All right, guys, girls, and squirrels. So, when it comes to protection, lately a lot of scammers again have been trying to call. Now they're trying to be smart and trying to call you from your own state. They find out what your number is and they get a number that's similar. And then they tell you to call a different number. Or their do not call list, they say, type in your number. That's a scam. They're going to get your number now because you just gave it to them and more information. And then they're going to ask for more. Do not trust those. I literally just had one. I'm not even joking. 5, maybe 10 minutes before the show started. These guys were listening.
Yep.
Relentless little bastards.
And boy, howdy, did I tick them off before they hung up and blocked my number because I'm not the person to mess with when it comes to trying to play with my money. Don't be a scammer. We do not appreciate that, especially here in America. So that's one thing. The next thing I would suggest for safety tips. When you are walking around said areas such as work of any type of place, from fast food, construction to, dare I say, food products of storage and stock, wear the proper foot gear, wear the proper footwear, please. Wear non-slip shoes, wear the proper ones that hold or resist. Wear stuff that has either the carbon toes or the hard toes, plastic toes and or seal toes, depending on your job and the weight class of the stuff that is dropping. There is a limit because sometimes you can lose a toe that way or feet or more by too much weight and cut off things. So be mindful, always wear the proper footwear. Do not want to go into a slip and fall. Yeah, just because you're thinking, hey, a payday doesn't always mean a payday, first off, because there's months of waiting, first off. Secondly, if you did it did it deliver and they caught it and found it, you're not getting anything anyways. Or if you get hurt to the point where, was it really worth it? Cool, you got this lump sum that can help you for a short period of time, but your doctor bills now are so high because you landed wrong and now there's something wrong with your brain or your spine or whatever else, or you broke your hip.
And not to mention the fact that there's also the insurance companies, lawsuits, all that. They don't always pay out. More often than not, they don't get paid out. Investigations take time, and you may not be able to survive that time. So don't rely on that paycheck just because you're like, oh yeah, workman's comp. And Henry and I joke about that all the time, but it's like that's not workman's comp. It works for a short period. It's supposed to give you enough money to help with you for the short time while you're going through the process. But the problem is with all this that's going on right now, that money may not come fast enough. Not to mention the fact that the insurance companies will also investigate you to make sure that your claim is legitimate. So trust me, because they have entire legion of investigators whose whole job it is to make sure that your claim is fake and make sure it's legally fake so they don't have to pay you.
And even if it is legit, not even joking, even if you did actually get hurt for real, not your fault in any way, is if they can get you to slip up and agree to any of their lies or manipulation or tricks or pushes or pulls, they will take that and run. I myself had an instance with one of the big name car companies that repairs and works on your vehicle, supposedly. 3 angry boys, you could say. I'm not going to say their actual name for legality purposes right now. They messed up my wife's vehicle when all we did was go get a rotor change because my wife wanted to save $50 instead of going to the family-owned one that we used to go to all the time. We still do, that they work great. Always go to the family-owned ones over a corporation or company one from now on, no matter how much the price is, because I know for a fact it'll get done. And it'll be work done, it'll be fixed, and nothing will be broken. Heck, they sometimes even do a little extra just to help you out. And then sometimes I'll throw a discount just because you keep coming back and you keep bringing more people. But the said place that we went to get a rotor change, they took our engine apart for no reason, checked our whole vehicle without our permission. When we said, no, you're not going to inspect, we don't need you to inspect it. We literally just got everything fixed from the family place, which was working just fine. And we're driving it and had no issues. We get it back from them a week later because it took forever for the rotors when they were just taking the whole car apart and putting it back together and trying to say that we owe this much money. And I'm going, no, you took something apart without our permission. And they didn't even put it together properly. So we start driving and it dies within the time going home. And they try to lie to us and say, oh, just sell it, this, and this. We'll take care of it and get you a new vehicle. We're sorry for the inconvenience. We're writing a note about it right now. Send me an email and everything. Email came from somebody else that wasn't attached to their company name deliberately, which we didn't notice that at first. And right after that, we proceeded I tried to hold off on it. My wife wanted to push for it. And then we sold the vehicle over a course of 2 months, which we almost had everything proper to get it so we could get a new vehicle from them for the inconvenience, or at least get everything properly repaired. Instead, once the second we sold it and they found out, they actually told us off in the rudest, meanest gestures and talked a bunch of crap and then blocked our number. A corporation, a company that's supposed to be big name, found out that this happens actually often with this said company. And a lot of people don't like going there anymore for those reasons because they've been very shady. And that stuff happens. And that was my crazy story of being scammed by said companies that say they're legit. I'd rather go to a family company from now on. Family owned is always better.
Yes, absolutely.
Yes. Who better to what better way to spend time with family than with your birthday?
Woohoo!
Oh, sorry, I was jamming. Was going. All right, guys, girls, and squirrels. We're going to start where we last left off. We're going to be on May 8th.
And to start off with that, And to start off with May 8th, I'd like to wish a very, very happy birthday to the genius of the sky herself, Miss Io Sky.
Happy birthday!
Happy birthday. I also like to say shout out to Stefan Ellman, who's the actor who plays Oliver Queen in The Arrow. He just turned 44.
All right, happy birthday.
Wow. All right. Got one right here. David, why do I do this to myself? Right off rope. David Tenkenborg, 99. Holy crap balls. TV show host. Sorry I shredded your last name.
You do this every time.
But that's the joke. Give the illiterate dyslexic guy. Wait, how does he DM? I can read to a certain extent. There's pictures and there's words and then there's numbers. Numbers is what I'm good at. Once I see the numbers, I'm like, okay, we're good. There's stats. Okay, so back to it. This is the funny one. 69.
Nice.
Like he's called, like his name is 61X91, like number 9, 1NE.
The rapper.
Ugly ass
that
teeth.
rapper with the rainbow color teeth, like he did Skills.
Yes.
Like literally, he did the whole like commercial, but took it to a reality.
Well,
He's
happy
29
birthday,
years
Mike.
old, and he's a rapper.
Yes.
I'll be darned.
Very popular.
Okay, here's one. Here's one that Devontae, you said Io Sky for. She was 35.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, and she does not look it. I will tell you that. She's younger than me, though. All right, got another one right here. Desmond Dennis, 31, R&B singer. I can say that one just right well. I'm from the hood. It's a little different. I got another one here. Stefan Amell, 44, TV actor. You said you had one?
How about Henry S. Truman, 1884 to 1972? He was the president of the He was the 33rd president of the United States.
Wow, 33rd. Well, we'll end it off on that one. We'll go now to May 9th, everybody.
Nice.
All right, Noah. Really, I did it again. Noah Centino, 29, TV actor. Seen him in a couple of things.
How about Billy Joel, 76? He is the writer of "We Didn't Start the Fire."
Good song. Good song.
Good song.
Mhm.
Got another one here. Mary Monsieur. I can say French names fine. Well, 29, TV actress. Yeah, you said Billy Joel already. Is 76. Holy crap! Wow.
Oh, how about this one? Wolfgang Norvengates.
Ha! Now you know how it feels.
I know, right? He's an actor. He turned 28.
Wow. Okay, got another one. Beth Mead, 30, a soccer player. Actually pretty good.
Nice.
I feel bad for when they all faced against high school kids, though. A bunch of boys pumping with testosterone. I'm sorry, sweetheart. Even some of the adult men would be, even with them being trained, they're like, "Where'd they go, little Sonic the Hedgehog?" I remember how I was when I was that age. I was Speedy Gonzalez times 2, man. I was gone. You couldn't find me half the time. I was fast at everything. And then once I hit my mid-20s, I got bigger and a little slower, but I got a lot more durable. All right, we're gonna do 2 more here. Alexandra Chives, 24, TV actress.
Nice.
And let's do Dave Gohan, 63, rock singer. Now, May 10th. Do. That's copyright. We're gonna go. Okay. CG5. This guy's he's called CG5. So it's a little nerdy dude looking guy.
Kenan Thompson. He turned
like
47. How about
47?
Kenan Thompson? He
Oh, wow.
47.
He doesn't look it.
I know he doesn't.
And have you seen the last movie he was in when him and Kenan got back together? That wasn't that long ago. It was a couple years ago that movie came out. And dude, It blows my mind how young they still look.
Well, I mean, remember
Hollywood magic.
he started his career early on with all that.
Oh yeah. All right, so we got another one. Bono, a 65 rock singer.
Hmm.
Just because I just love her name. Just because it's like a really funny name. Her name is Bye Bye.
Oh.
Bibi. She turned 23. She's a pop singer.
Nice. We got another one right here. Is a pop singer. Tia Hayo is 31. He's or Tina Hayen. Wow, I can't say that right. He's a South Korean pop singer. Actually, never heard any of his stuff yet.
We got a Facebook star. Martin Webb turned 34.
Nice.
Oh wow.
He's the guy who did
literally just seen that one.
He's the watermelon guy.
Watermelon.
All right. Now we're gonna go to May 11th, guys, girls. Let's go world. Pop singer Sabrina Carpenter, 26.
Oh.
She's a pop singer. All right.
And the one that popularized poof skirts.
Interesting. We got another pop singer here called Prince Royce, 36. Happy birthday to them.
Yes.
Got a football player, Cam Newton, 36. Wow, 36-year-olds in this one. I'm definitely not saying that girl's name because she's not an Instagram star. She's something else.
Shame.
Right? Shame. Here you go. Andreas, wow. Iniesta. I'm sorry if I said that wrong. You're 41. You're a soccer player. You're actually really good.
About Corey.
We highly apologize if anyone's names have been butchered.
Right?
How about Corey Mentalthy? He's a ABC star from Kyle XY, and he was a Glee star.
We got one. Got another one right here. So the last one for this one. For the next one's called Tim Blake Nelson, 61, movie actor.
Oh,
Seen him in a lot of things. Let's see. Oh, Brother, Where Art Thou? You guys remember that? I love that movie. Fantastic Four, The Incredible Hulk, Lincoln, Holes. He's in Watchmen, Brown University. Wow, he's in a lot of things. There's a lot of things I like and watch. I wonder I see his face so much. All right. May 12th. Here we go. Gabriella Triple Charm, 16, and pop singer.
Wow. Now that
So
is
Triple
nice.
is your middle name?
Young.
I wonder why, but hey, we wish you a happy birthday.
Right. Happy birthday. Here's one.
16.
Right. Rami Malik, 44, TV actor. Plays a lot of villains.
Yeah, he's in Need for Speed, The Master, The Night in the Museum.
Here's a one that a lot of people haven't seen in a while or heard. Tony Hawk.
Oh, yeah.
57.
Gosh,
He's
man.
57, guys.
No way.
And he is still shredding it at the X Games.
You
The
keep
pro
at it, man.
skateboarder
You
himself.
keep at it.
My favorite game of him is Tony Hawk Pro Skater 2, when you can get all the cheat codes and get all the skins, and I would run around as like Spider-Man. That was my favorite one, was Spider-Man, I think. Like all the different ones. I think it was Venom one. The Venom Spider-Man suit was the best. Then there was Darth Vader, and there was a few other ones, but man, I could do that forever.
Mine was Pro Skater 3. That was my favorite.
Oh yeah, that was a good one too.
Never got into the games.
It was fun. A bunch of friends. We'd all hang out together. But this kid's the same. Okay, I found out what that real kid's name is. That's weird. Okay, Luke Benward, 30, movie actor.
How about Jason Biggs? He's the actor who played American Pie.
Oh, okay.
Here's a historian, Florence Nightingale,
Oh.
1820 to 1910, activist.
Certainly was active, I'll tell you that much.
How about I don't know that guy. Tally Hall, 40, soccer player. Do one more. You guys all know American Pie. Jason Biggs, 47, movie actor.
That was just said.
Oh damn! Wow, just ruined it. How about Domhnall Gilson, 42. Now we're gonna go on May 13th. We got 2 more to go. Robert Patterson, 39.
Oh,
Wow, he's only a little older than me. And he's played Twilight, which he's most known for, but recently Batman, which I actually liked him in.
That was a good one. Yeah. I
That
enjoyed
broke
that.
him away from the shiny vampire crap. Like, there's still some joke because, he's Batman. And now he's shiny vampire Bat. But he did good. And a lot of his other movies I've seen him in, he did good. I appreciate what he's done. Just, I'm sorry what they did to you for the vampire thing because they screwed up really bad on that.
Don't
It
sparkle.
was never good. The books are better. Just read the books, folks. Read the books. Don't watch the movie.
Now,
Just read.
if it was a fey vampire that bred with a fairy or a crystal demon of type, it would be a hybrid, then that's one thing. But no.
Vampires
Not,
don't.
I've studied vampires and werewolf stuff my whole life. No. None of them do that. Back to it, though. Stevie Wonder, there you go. A 75 R&B
Oh
singer.
man.
You got any, Chris?
Nice guy. He's a real
Yeah, Stephen Colbert, 61. He's the host of the late night show. And
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Got Baby Tate, 29, rapper. I hope Tate means something else.
Tater tots.
Right.
Knowing
We got,
the rap scene, it
My
doesn't.
apologies.
We got
Knowing
B.
the rap scene,
Arthur.
it doesn't.
I got B. Arthur, 1922 to 2009, TV actress.
Hmm.
One more for this. Antonio Cipriano, 25, TV actor. Now we're on to today, May 14th.
I got 2 for you.
All right, what are they?
So first one, shout out to Kate Blanchett. It's her birthday today. So happy birthday, Kate. Hope you're having a great day. Party like it's 1963. And the second one, we've got the man, the myth, the legend, the guy who gave us our favorite fan base, Star Wars, George Lucas himself, folks.
Whoa.
You were waiting this whole time for that, weren't you?
I was. I saw him like, dibs.
So I'm going to give you one. It's your overlord himself, the one that made Meta. Stole it from his best friend. They made a movie about it. He's known as the Zuckerberg himself, Mark Zuckerberg. 41, the thieving entrepreneur. I know I probably just got kicked off Facebook for that, but go fuck yourself. I could kick your ass in real life in hand-to-hand combat. I've issued you a challenge and you denied me.
We apologize, Mark. We hope you have a happy birthday.
Sorry.
Good things.
You should have. You should have
I'm
expected.
verified by Meta. I'm through Meta.
Happy birthday. I still issue a martial arts challenge for raising money for children.
I got one. Miranda Crossgrove. She was the girl who played Carly in iCarly and the sister in Nikki Jackson
I remember
Jones.
that show. My sister watched it all the time. And we had a lot of fun watching it. Oh my gosh.
And she was the smart kid in School of Rock who goes,
Yep.
"You know what a groupie is."
Oh wow, we just went there. Okay. They got Tim Roth, 64, TV actor. He played Abomination. He actually did really good as Abomination. I think he did great.
Nice.
The concept of how he became Abomination. I don't know if you guys remember that Hulk movie, but I
And he was also in the She-Hulk show.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
I remember now. Yeah.
which was kind of funny. And all his wives. Okay, but Jim Howard. I'm sorry, it was true. It was in the show. Jim Howick, 46, TV actor. And that was it for May birthdays. Watch me get a weird email later.
Oh my, that would
For Mark Zuckerberg say, "Hey, I think you've been talking shit about me on my website."
Dude, I'm talking shit everywhere. The fucking fight me. I already tagged him literally,
That's nice.
and he did like a mad face thing and then just deleted it. And then made it so I was kicked off that certain server. And I was like,
Oh,
damn. And then I was banned for like a week. And then finally they allowed me to come back. And I'm like, I'm not apologizing. I even sent the meme of Alucard going, I'm not apologizing. I'm going to do that cosplay one day. It's going to be fun. My
Well,
wife
maybe.
and me were already talking about it. She's going to be the police girl. And oh yeah. She's going to be a Seraphim and I'll be
forward to it.
And we're gonna have the baby be what was it? We're gonna have the baby. Oh yeah, be Helsing, the baby Helsing of the girl.
Aw.
I'm gonna have her put the because she already has long blonde hair. And we'll just give her little glasses and little like candy that looks like a cigarette, but it's candy, like one of those candy cigarettes or whatever. Have her put on a little suit, little like zoot suit thing, just like what she's wearing the whole time.
I think it's my turn.
Nice.
That'd be funny.
But
All
yeah,
right, but
we'd
next
like
to
to wish everyone a happy birthday as we move on to our next section.
Hello there, out there in the internet, my fellow conspiracy theorists. Today, I thought we would talk about a particular series that I just started a couple of years ago, was Warhammer 40K. Now, I know Games Workshop doesn't like people talking about their lore. God knows why. But I figured I'd talk about. Start by talking about the Primarchs. Those 7-foot tall demigod, genetically engineered demigod sons of the God Emperor himself. And I thought we'd go in order. So let's start with the first. You know him as the Lord of the Forest, the Lord of the First, the Son of the Forest, the Knight of Nidalus, also known as the Lion, Lionel Johnson. Now, Lionel Johnson was the firstborn. He was actually the first to be made. He's actually the template for all the other Primarchs. They're all strong, fast, but they all have their own individual. And Lionel Johnson, before the Horus Heresy, he was very much an introvert. He never really was a very big talker. He was a warrior. Before he was found on Caliban, which was his home planet, that blow up. He was actually a child on a death world called Caliban. And what made it a death world is that what makes a death world is everything and everything on that planet is trying to kill you. Can and will kill you.
Broly.
Yeah, pretty much. He is best known as very secretive, he keeps his secrets close to his vest. And he's probably one, besides Horus himself, he was probably the closest to the Emperor himself, because he actually had a connection that many of the other Primarchs didn't have. He was a master duelist and a master strategist. And the thing about the Lion, he wasn't a talker, but he just radiated this. Everybody wanted to follow his orders. Like
why are you talking about me?
He lived like I keep telling you, Henry. You are Lionel Johnson. He literally exudes this like latent, I would say latent psychic ability, if I didn't know him better, that he's there and everybody just wants to follow his orders.
Like an aura.
Yeah. Let's see. He was during the Horus Heresy. He first was hunting down Conrad Kurz, which is one of his brothers, which we will talk about in another segment. Mostly because he was kind of. He joined Guilliman and Sanguinius on Ultramar to form the Imperium Secundus. Then, after Sanguinius went to Terra, Earth, to fight on the front lines, he actually went and systematically destroyed all of the Traitor Primarch's homeworlds, as many as he could. He went on a path of vengeance. He went scorched earth. Now, in more recent terms, he has returned. He's older and wiser. He's not as strong as he once was. He actually got mocked by a Chaos Marine, say, There's no malady on you, Lord Johnson. You just got old. And he actually, when he first meets Dante, and at the end of the book, the Lionel Johnson, Son of the Forest, he says to Dante actually says to him, "I have yet to meet a being with a bearing as a Primarch. Say another Primarch." And when he heard that, he goes, "Wait, one of my brothers still lives?" He goes, "Yeah, your Lord Guilliman of Ultramar has set up this entire thing, gave us reinforcements, and they sent it to the primary street." At this time, he didn't know that any of his other brothers were alive or even still functioning. So he was like, "Rabute, I'm not alone." Could you imagine just how much he would feel with not knowing that you were not alone in the galaxy?
It's a big feeling.
Yeah. And this is a man. Now, let me get this perfectly clear. This is not a man who catches feelings. So, you guys got any questions? Because I just basically, there's just so much lore about Lionel Johnson.
This is part one.
Yeah.
One.
You guys got any questions?
What was his favorite weapon to use?
A sword.
Good option.
He actually has
Personal.
two swords. One's called the Lion Sword. That's what he had before he fell, and now he has a sword called Fealty that he got from, I believe he got it from the Emperor, but he now has a shield too.
Oh, yeah.
Best way to go, folks. Sword and shield.
Oh, he got that shield. He puts that shield right into Angron's face. He takes that shield and literally smashes it right into Angron's face.
Dang.
Oh, yeah. We'll get more into that next time, though. Back to the Thunderbase Studios for our next segment. Thank you for.
Video game!
Yes!
Gaming. It is a
Remember,
great
you
stress
love video
reliever.
games. Don't judge.
Hey,
I'll
not
let
just
all of you-
games, we love all games. We are not
Oh, yeah, I love
story in this game at this podcast.
games of all types. Concept is I hate when people try to say video games make people violent. No,
No, you don't.
they make you less violent. I will promise you that. I get to do the thing I want to do in the game, get it out of my head.
Trust me.
Get all that
every
stress
time I'm
out.
having a bad day, Mortal Kombat's my go-to. I will literally put it on practice mode and just beat the living crap out of that person.
I'll go
Make
into
sure you
Saints
got
Row.
enough- Just make sure you got enough to keep up on control.
Right. Yeah, always have a spare controller because sometimes you check one. Try not to chuck it at the TV. It's not a good idea. Man, I would play Saints Row if I got angry or upset, or I would play like Skyrim. I love Skyrim.
Dynasty Warriors, that was my go-to. If I was angry, I'd play that.
Or one that was our favorite that we all played together, Soul Calibur.
Oh, yeah.
I love Soul Calibur 3.
That's the one I played.
To make your own characters. I thought that was a great
Next time you come over, Dark Trooper, next time you chill with all of us, you can make a character. We have a character for each one of us already. You can make one for you. We have pretty much one for everybody in the guild. We got the perfect person for you to replace.
What I think that they should do, what Games Workshop should do, and this is a Warhammer thing, they should make a Call of Duty style Astra Militarum first-person shooter.
That would be cool. You know, they're going to steal that idea and say they made it
Go
before you
for
said
it.
it.
I will be the first one to play it. If
What
it's
we need,
I will
But
play
they
it.
need to give you royalties if they do create it.
Yes,
Right.
give me money.
right? What we need somebody in our group that can do coding and make games. I know one person, which is Zenta, but he doesn't have the time.
Mm.
He
And I don't
works
have
a
the patience
job,
for
a very
technology.
important
I can
job.
break
So
it
he
and make it
can't.
happen.
Well, I mean, they did make a first-person shooter back in PS1, 2, but it was not good.
Back in my day.
You got to play as a Tau fire warrior, but from what I heard, it wasn't very good.
A lot of the older games sometimes weren't in some ways. I remember playing baseball for the first time. The old one was real hard. It was fun though. Dawn of War is my favorite. Always my go-to is Dark Crusade, especially with the mod. It's the best mod ever for it. I love it. It just I think it's
have either of you guys played Splashdown?
I have not,
No.
sadly.
What's that about?
It's a jet ski racing game, but
That sounds familiar.
there's actually a little Goonies.
Easter egg?
Thank you. a little Goonies Easter egg in there. If you're using the character Andy in the game, as you go, there's this one track where you go through a tunnel and see a massive ship. Well, the moment that the ship is seen for the first time, the character Andy actually shouts out, "Hey, you guys!"
That's a good movie.
You know what I thought about Chris when it comes to the Warhammer?
I am not that guy.
Right.
My face is not messed up like that.
No, not that. No, I was thinking of the Warhammer.
Not where we were going with that.
I was thinking of the Warhammer with the lion guy, and then with Horus. Like, I like the weapon style of Horus, but I have the mannerisms and attitude of the lion.
Mm-hmm.
But in all reality, I still agree with Horus in some ways. The Emperor is a chaos god.
Well, the thing with we're going back into lore.
Right.
Thing is that
It's still gaming.
It's still gaming. It's your lore was
a
game this time. So
because no, the lion made actually good point about this. The Emperor kept secrets. He kept those secrets for a good reason. He had his reasons to keep those secrets, but it's like I would have done if I was the
I would told the closest people that I trust.
Let me make this perfectly clear. The Emperor made a fuck ton of mistakes, Angron being one of them. But with what he should have done is he should have told them about chaos and what it was. At least give them the Cliff Notes version.
Yeah,
you're a librarian when it comes to Warhammer. I'm just going to tell you that right now.
I'll be Malkador.
You know more about that.
Any quick updates on upcoming events before we move on to our final section?
Oblivion has been going crazy. People have been playing crazy. James came over here last time when I was playing D&D. While he was playing D&D, when it wasn't his turn, he would jump on Oblivion, and I've been watching him just replay some of the things I remember seeing, just better graphics and plus and other things. He used some mods right off rip.
Right.
So I was asking if there were any quick upcoming events before.
Oh yeah, events. Yes, for events this weekend, May 18th, there will be the Lincoln Park Parade for Memorial Day. And guess who will be there?
This guy.
All of us.
We will be there, folks.
This guy.
So if you guys want to say hi or anything else, or ever want to try to join a podcast us, let us know.
Or just
we will be in the parade representing our main umbrella of the guild called the Grey Mercenary Knights, which falls under the whole Chaotic Minds and everything else, which we are all part of. And hey, we can't wait to see anybody out there for that. And then we have one more that'll be in June 7th and June 8th, both at 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. and 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. for Saturday, Sunday. The Hands of the City presents Downriver Comic-Con collectors and shows, toys, comics, collections, and more. There will be a special guest Bill Morrison there for legendary artists. It'll be at the Lincoln Park High School gymnasium, and there will be special guests from the Cosmic Oasis. Wow, I'm sorry about that one. The comic book Universal Battles and the Big Green Brain as well as yours truly for the Grey Mercenary Knights. We'll be there for performing for hand-to-hand combat and performances for entertainment purposes. And hope you all enjoy it, as well as a special guest DJ himself, DJ Thunderbase.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I will also be within the parade as well, providing music there too.
Guys,
Birds and coffee chat?
cool.
But let's get into the moment that everyone's been waiting for. Here is our political chat.
I think we should talk about that $400 million plane that Trump just is getting.
I was literally about to bring that up. But for me, I see it as something that another president did many years ago. I was listening to it all live when it happened, when he was talking about it. And he even said clearly when he was saying, when they were asking, are you going to use it for personal purposes? He's like, no, I have my own planes. I'm not going to. I don't need to. And this is for the government, not for me. And they're like, what about when you retire? He's like, it's going to go into the library like the last one. Everybody's going to go and check it out and explore it, which I respect because I've been to some of these cool areas where you get to see these historical planes that people gifted, and you get to go inside and walk around like it's a tour. That's really cool.
I have too. I used to. When I was a Boy Scout, I used to go camp out at a base, at an Air Force base, and they let us go into the Air Force Museum.
Oh, no, that's really cool. That's way better than whatever I got to do. You actually got to go into actual.
I actually found a couple of rounds, but that's beside the point. My point is that the problem is that plane will never become Air Force One, because the simple fact is, one, Donald Trump, it's unconstitutional for him to have that, to get that plane. If he wants to go the right way, he has to go to Congress and gets permission from them before he can accept the plane.
Well, the thing is, they're gifting it to the government, not just to him. And that's the whole point. He even said, I'm giving this to the government, but this is not for me. He was very clear about that. He did that. He said that deliberately because he knew they were going to try to twist that. Now, and like, I've already seen the clips where they've already cut and edited, which I'm very I was like, because I heard the whole thing and then heard their clips after, and I'm going, wow, they literally just pick and chose when they could, whatever he was saying. And it was very upsetting.
But the problem is that they have to, if Donald Trump wants to use that plane for Air Force One, that whole entire plane would have to be stripped down to its bare nuts and bolts.
Yeah, and it has to be checked for anything of like sabotage or explosives or
surveillance equipment.
Yeah, 100%. I would agree, 100%.
Not just that, but it also has to get retrofitted. That plane's not going to be ready for years.
No. And it all depends on how good you have a team, because there's teams that can get that done lickety split, maybe a month. If you get a crew of 50 men that are ready, or even 20 guys that are experienced, they can. I've seen that, that moving crew and getting that stuff going and checking it out. They'll get it going, especially if they have the special equipment. They're checking for bugs.
Well, it's also Air Force One has certain add-ons. Like Air Force One can be refueled in flight. It has a bay for it actually has an escape pod, if you believe it or not.
What? I didn't know about this.
That's pretty cool.
Again, I live under a rock, folks, in case you haven't noticed.
Well, I mean, it was in that one Air Force One movie with Harrison Ford, but
yeah.
I'm going off of that, but I mean,
get off my plane.
I mean, I wouldn't believe that. I would put it past them to do that.
No, if they showed it in the movies, it means they already had it, and it's way more probably advanced than that, anyways. It's the same thing when they say the one for the defense of the White House. I bet that thing has way more firepower than we think it has.
I wouldn't be surprised if they have underground turrets.
No joke. That's what I'm saying. They have more firepower than you think they do. They got underground bunkers and everything.
It wouldn't shock me if the dome's a ray gun.
Hey,
it's just like
house from here. That's not my truck.
I have no doubt that it's going to pull a Gundam Wing Endless Waltz, and you're just going to see the thing go down underground and just drop down, and just see these shields blocking and closing down and shit. I have no doubt in my mind it has something that crazy in it. And you see mobile suits start popping up all American style, and we're like, huh, what
If I
just
start
happened
seeing
here?
Gundam Maxter, I'm leaving.
Maybe that's why Japan never made heavy arms.
Yeah,
Oh.
this is ours. Our heavy arms is ours.
Heavy Arms is. Heavy Arms is America. Then when they based each mobile suit, that was one of them. And Heavy Arms was based off America. Sandrock was based off of the Arab lands.
Of course, because of the seminars.
And the whole just aesthetic of it anyways.
And he
And
did most of his campaigning in the Middle East.
And the characters were with him the whole time and everything. There was a whole thing about that. Then Death Scythe is about Germany, like Europe area, mostly. Like the Grim Reaper kind of style.
Yeah.
Tall Geese is Nordic, kind of like the Vikings.
Which Tall Geese?
Technically all three, but the first one is the original, which is the Vikings in a sense, like the
I would
Nordic.
think it would be more Greek because of the helmet.
Possibly, I think you're right. It might be more Greek.
Yeah, I think.
Then there's Epion.
We're totally going off the topic.
Yeah, we're totally. I'm sorry. We're just. Well, we'll get back to that. We'll get back to that.
We're
on a
out,
whole
folks.
other-
It
We'll get back to the
happens. We get to
political.
one
Wow.
thing, it leads to another. It happens. We do this all the
Honestly, the problem is that it's just the amalgamate causes the biggest issue. Is that he has to go to Congress before he can accept the plane. Even if it is going to the government, he still has to go to Congress
That's fine. And if he does, that's great. And if they're probably going to have people inspect it, no matter if he says yes or no or not. There's going to be people doing it.
Like there was a story of Abraham Lincoln, and this is Abraham Lincoln I'm going to talk about. Like he actually got a gift. He got a gift of ivory tusk from I forget where. I think it was like I can't remember. And he did the right thing. He went to Congress, say, "Hey, can I keep this?" And they said, "Honest Dave, we love you. We maybe not that, but you're doing great with the Civil War. Sadly, no, you can't keep it."
Yeah. So when it comes down to it, for the red and blue, and for like the left and right, when it comes to this, I see where it's coming from like how Biden ran it to how Donald Trump ran it, and there's the left and right, and they always do that spit spat. But what happens when you mix red and blue together?
You get purple.
You get purple. Yeah. And here's the thing. Their animals for them is a forgetful elephant and a corrupt donkey.
Or just a stubborn jackass.
Either one. Why not an American bald eagle? Why not what represents America?
Hey.
Why not the Purple People Party? Why not for the people, by the people, of the people? Sorry, that was funny that it popped up right there, but hey, it was perfect for that. The concept and representation of it is that there should be always three parties. There should always be that third one, and there's a triforce. It should be your wisdom, your power, and your courage. Right now, you have power and you have wisdom fighting. You don't have any courage.
Yeah,
We're willing to stand up.
One thing the American government is very much lacking is courage.
Yeah, and that's the whole concept of what is it? Land of the free, land of the brave. Do you know what bravery means? It means you're scared still. It still means you're scared.
It means you stand up. You stand up for what's right, even if it means you're going to lose everything.
Even though it's certain death, you're going to stand there and you'll be like, if I don't do this, the ones behind me fall.
Even in fear, having the courage to keep pushing forward. That is bravery.
And that's what we're here to do. And we're going to push that and make it so there's always a three-party. Because I hate this whole sports game. Left team, right team, red team, blue team on the TV all the time. No, there's other people running. It should be three people at all times. You guys should be voting accordingly because there's people on the left, people on the right. There's more people in the middle than anything.
There was what, 6 people on the ballot this time?
Honestly, I'm just like pissed off with both of them because you got the left who are not doing damn squat, and or very few people on the left who are doing anything.
The left were trying to act like they were doing nothing there, but they were trying to do stuff behind people's backs shadily until they got caught. The right are sitting on their hands and denying to do anything at all half time. They're like, oh, can't do that. But we're not going to do anything either. And we're just going to sit here and wait. Wait for what?
Or just waste time and money by doing.
That's what I'm saying.
Doing investigations and frivolous investigations.
and their investigations are just going back into their pockets for both sides.
The
They're
more
both
time is
doing
wasted
things,
with them, the
and
more
that's
the
why they need another team. There needs to be another group in there, a third party at all times, and it shouldn't be what they're trying to say for their parties. No, it should be, here's your red, here's your blue, here's your purple. There's more people in the middle that are mixed that have both decisions. I am more middle than anything, but I lean to the right for certain things. I do, and back in the day, which is the funny thing, is almost all my political leanings are actual left. But over the time, they shifted. And then this is what created it. All of us sat here and talked and created the Purple People Party. For the people, by the people, of the people.
And with
I
that,
would rather
final closing statements that we have before we end this out.
Tune in on Friday, 9 p.m. sharp Eastern Standard Time for Rolling to Die. Henry the Heartsmace, as our GM? What's our story this week?
this is going to be part 2 of the Doom Saints.
Oh,
While we are in the mysterious town that has been taken over by mimics, and most of the townsfolk have turned into undead over time.
And
There's
we're
some-
going to probably debate whether to set the whole damn town on fire.
I volunteer as tribute.
You
that's the
have to
thing.
catch up with us first, though.
I know.
He's going to. I even had it so Lunal even said he's not joining us until he's ready. And we have it a joke where you're like, come on, can I? No. And she puts you through a portal until you come back. Until you want to stop playing around and burning a whole town down. Like shit like that. Now we're going to be like, we need to burn the town down. Come back.
Yet they took the other Spitfire with them.
Oh, you're doing my nephew? What the hell?
Well, this time you can't be blamed for everything catching on fire.
Luna just pulls out a newspaper and says, no, bat.
All right. So yeah, it's going to be the Doom Saints for Rolling to Die level 20. You'll be seeing my character as my name, Mayhem, the Heartsmace, and his lovely wife, Lunal Wormwood, the Water Ganassi witch.
Nice.
You're going to see everyone's favorite orc, Warhammer 40k orc, Grismont Face Splitta, setting more stuff on fire.
And you will get to see everyone's favorite chaotic fire Ganassi, Edward Knight.
And last but not least,
You've got your crazy, chaotic, draconic sorcerer Abner, who will be coming around soon. Gonna be blowing out fireballs for days, boys. Get in line, Orc. I started this shit before you did.
you guys are going to have fun.
And so with that, we would like to say thank you once again for joining us for another episode of the Chaotic Minds. And we hope to see you all next week on Wednesday at the same time, 9 to 10 p.m. Eastern. Once again, I am your host, Devontae Ewing, a.k.a. DJ Thunderbase, signing off and saying good night.